Hello and welcome to another session of Introduction to Unity Games Development, Part 13. In this session, we will learn how to remove camera from a parent-child relationship, what is physics engine, how to use the rigid body component in 3D objects, what is drag, and what is the collision or the colliders in any game object. So let's head back to Unity and understand the first concept, how to remove the camera from a parent-child relationship. As we did in our last video session, that the main camera was made as a child of sphere game object. So it means when you move the sphere, the main camera also move along. Now, if we want to remove this main camera from the parent-child relationship, the very easy method to do this, you can drag and drop it outside. Drop it outside and you will see this will come out from the child relationship. Now you can see the main camera exists as a separate entity. Now it is not part of sphere game component. So this is how you can remove a parent-child relationship from any game object. Now let's understand the physics engine. In our last video session, we discussed there are two ways to add movement to our 3D game objects. One way is you can use the kinematic approach to move your game object using script. The second method is using physics engine, you can move a particular game object. In this session, we will learn how to use this physics engine. So if you are interested to learn the kinematic movement of a particular game object, then I would recommend you to please use my last video session. If you are interested to learn how to use the kinematic way of moving a 3D object in Unity, then I would recommend you to visit my previous video tutorial. Now, if we want to move this sphere game object and using physics engine, then we need to add a very important component which is called rigid body. The rigid body component can be attached two ways. One way is you can select this sphere game object from the hierarchy view, go to the component, go to the physics, and you will see there is a rigid body component available. This is one way. The second way is from the inspector window, scroll down and scroll down to the end. You will see this add component. Click on this add component and here you can search for rigid body component. Now remember, this is a 3D game actually which we have created. If you're using 2D game, then you need to select this rigid body 2D game component. It is almost, the purpose is the same, but it has a slight different, you can say, behavior. Almost the purpose remains the same. Now we will be attaching rigid body, which is by default the 3D component, and it is going to be attached to the sphere game objects. So just make sure that you are using this rigid body instead of rigid body 2D. So see, rigid body component is attached to our sphere game object. Now this rigid body component comes with parameters over here. If you can see, mass is one of the parameter, drag is another, angular drag, use gravity, and is kinematic, interpolate, collision detection. Now we will be understanding these different components slowly and gradually. So let's open the sphere movement C# script and make some changes. So if you double click on this sphere C# script and open it in Visual Studio in order to make some changes. Here goes this sphere movement script. Make sure that the previous code which we used for kinematic movement is not going to work with physics engine, or it is not going to work with the rigid body component. So we need to delete the previous lines of code. So let me just get rid of the code from the update function. So delete the code which was written in the update function, and we can make use of this speed variable which is already declared, which is going to move our game object. The next variable which we need to declare over here is the rigid body component. So we need to get the reference to the rigid body component. So I'm going to declare it private rigid body. Make sure you have selected rigid body, not rigid body 2D, because we are using the 3D game, that's why. So rigid body, and I'm going to call it here rig. So that's the variable name. Now in the start menu, we need to initialize this rigid body component. How to initialize this? You can use rig is equal to, at this stage I hope you guys are very much familiar with how to get access to a component. You can simply call it get component, this function get component. Remember how we are going to get this component. This sphere movement C# script is attached to sphere. It means we are going to get the component of the sphere game object, and we are going to access the rigid body component here. So let me just type here rigid body. Press the tab key to complete this code. Press open and close, insert open and close parenthesis, and with semicolon. This is going to initialize the rig variable, which is going to get the rigid body component. Once it is initialized, then now we can add force. Now the rigid body component will take the force, and based on this force, based on the speed and this force, the sphere is going to move. So we can call it here rig dot add force. As you can see, there is the function add force, and if you see, this add force function will accept vector. As you remember, vector 3 will take 3 parameters: the x-axis, the y-axis, and the z-axis. So we are going to declare new vector 3 here, vector 3, and we will make use of some previous code. You remember, if we are interested to move this sphere on x-axis, then we will use this input dot get axis so input dot get axis, and this time we are going to get horizontal axis, and just be careful while writing the spellings. The spelling has to be the same because it represents the input manager. It represents the particular inputs on x-axis, and the horizontal means you can make use of A and D keys, or you can make use of the arrow keys as well. Get axis multiplied by speed comma, the y-axis will remain 0, and on x-axis, let's suppose if we want, on z-axis if we want to move, y-axis remains 0, and if we want to move on z-axis, so again we will be using input dot get axis. This time use vertical axis multiplied by speed, and with semicolon. So let's save the script and see the output. Before running this game, we need to initialize the speed variable we declared in the script. So select sphere, and in the sphere movement script we need to initialize this speed variable. So I'm going to make almost 2 meter I'm going to make this speed to 2. So you can say 2 frames per second. So I'm going to adjust this speed to 2. And let's run this game and see the output. As you can see, our game object is moving left and right and on z-axis as well. But if I remove my fingers from the keyboard, see, it keeps moving actually. The reason is we need to add a friction force to this game. Friction force will stop the sphere when we release the keys. How to add the friction force to this sphere? You can see once your sphere is selected, go to the inspector window. You can see here the drag value. So give this drag value or change this drag value to 2. This is the friction force, by the way, and this is basically called an air friction. So this is going to stop this sphere when you release the keys. So it will not continuously keep moving when the game is running. So let's run and see the output now. As you can see, the ball is moving quite fast this time. And what I did, I just reduced the drag force to 1 also. So if you release the keys, the ball or this sphere is going to stop automatically because of this friction force added to it. Now remember, the mass is the mass of this sphere game object, which is calculated as kilograms. The drag is the air frictional force. The angular drag is the air frictional on an angular basis. Use gravity. What does this mean? Now look at this. If I move this game object up and if I release it, it will move down automatically. It will drop down because a gravitational force is attached to this game object. That's the reason over here. So is kinematic is false in this case because we are not using kinematic, we are using the rigid body, or we are using the physics engine movement over here. Well, you can see there is collision detection component which is also part of rigid body. So whenever this sphere game object collides with any other game object, a collision will be detected and one can perform the relative operations. This collision detection is very useful if it is used as static. It can be used with the walls when an object or player collides with the wall, and we can program it accordingly. So that's it for now. I hope you have enjoyed this session. I'll see you in the next video.